of April, the Sri Lankan Students Association will celebrate the Sri Lankan New Year at an event at the OUSA Recreation Centre that's in Albany Street. And you're invited. Here to tell us more about what's in store are Aakash, Saif and Tharini. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us here, Jeff.
Perhaps before
Thank you.
we have a kind of a look at the event itself that you've got planned, because I know it's just one of many that you run through the year. You could give us a little bit of a background about the association itself. How many members and what are you there to provide for Sri Lankan students?
Okay, cool. So my name's Aakash. I'm the co-president for 2013. Sri Lankan Students Association has actually been around for quite a while, 12 years. Started off quite small. A pragmatic bunch of young students got together and said, hey, let's put more Sri Lankan culture into the Dunedin scene. So basically, it's quite a multifaceted group, because we try to get amongst like all the different areas of student culture, community culture, and then Dunedin culture as well. So I just want to correct you, it's not just for Sri Lankan students, it's for the Dunedin community really. We like to tie everyone together.
It's pretty much just a whole bunch of people getting together to try and celebrate and try and get to know more about a great country. And it's about us trying to reach out into Dunedin, out into the wider community, and get people involved in knowing what Sri Lanka is all about.
What's your perception of how much New Zealanders, or perhaps more particularly Dunedin people, know about Sri Lanka?
Quite a lot, actually, surprisingly. Yeah. They're real excited to come to our events. They're always asking about cricket and stuff like that. So we'd like to widen the awareness of it, so it's just more than just Dilma and cricket.
Yeah. I guess that's a good place to start, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great place to come down and sort of get involved. I think New Zealand is a very multicultural place. People are really open-minded and curious, and that's a great place to start and learn more about the diversity in the world.
How many members of your association do you have at the moment?
We've got about 477 people following us on Facebook, and
wow.
we sort of get bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
We've got about 150 new sign-ups to this year.
And so within that, I guess you've got a committed bunch of committee members perhaps who are doing most of the coordination for the events, or are you just pulling in people as and when you need them?
I know we've got a really good powerhouse of committee this year.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's an annual meeting, and people put their hands up every year to get amongst the excitement, and sort of it's really rewarding, putting on these events and seeing people enjoy them.
I hear what you say about the association being about more than the students, but in respect of those Sri Lankan students who, perhaps those who are turning up in Dunedin and studying at Otago for the first time.
Sure.
What kind of issues do you find them facing? I suppose all international students might face the prospect of perhaps a bit of homesickness, for example. Is that something that the association can provide support with?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We have many support groups within the association. We really try and look after the first years because, us older students, we know what it's like to be first years and the difficulties that they go through. So within our Facebook group, we have tutors within our group that we try and make available to the first years. We have different events trying to get the first years to come out and get to know us more, and just different things like that. We try as much as possible to get to know them.
Exactly, yeah.
Integrate them in.
A great event that we had early was with the welcome event, which is the dessert night, which we hosted at the university for students to come down. It's a non-alcoholic event, so it brings everyone together. It was a really great humming event. Some music, people came down after dinner, bought a dish if they could, which is a gold coin donation, and we're just mingling, people of all ages and backgrounds, and just integrating. I think it's just a familiar face is sometimes so helpful.
Yeah.
Do you meet on a regular basis, or do you just coordinate around particular events?
Well, the committee meets quite regularly, but
Our events are pretty.
Our events are primarily the what hold us together as a club. People come to the club events.
This event that's coming up, the Sri Lankan New Year event, tell us about that.
Okay, so as you've already mentioned, Jeff, on the 14th of April, next Sunday, we'll be hosting the Dunedin community, the entire Dunedin community, so we implore them all to come down. it's been running for a while. We've been around for 12 years, and it seems to get bigger and bigger every year, and we're very excited about that. We want to thank OUSA for being a really great resource and really making it possible for us to host such a great event with limited resources.
The turnout's been great. Every year we've had it. It's always been fun. We play a lot of games, and we have a lot of festivities, and we have food and a lot of activities around within the day. And it's every year that I've attended it. It's been great fun, and people have enjoyed themselves. So I do implore everyone who's listening to this to have a go and come out if they can.
So break it down for us. What can you expect on the day of the event, and kind of what time are things happening?
Okay. So it all kicks off around 11 o'clock, so nice Sunday time. So you come around, and there'll be some activities to start off the day. Then the Sri Lankan community within Dunedin generously provide a lunch, and this is something that you can't buy at restaurants. So
I'll tell you, that'll be something to look forward to. Sri Lankan food, amazing food, and I guess there's an appetite for that. You would have already seen that at the food festival, international food festivals that the USA organise as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So food, we've got that.
Yeah. So then we've got a nice mix of sort of traditional games and activities, and also a bit of Kiwi fusion in there as well. So we've got tug of war, and we've got like a sack race.
Something to cater to everyone.
Yeah.
Sack race, awesome.
And we're really looking forward to people of all ages getting involved. So this year we've got a colouring in competition for the kids. They can print something off the internet, colour it in, bring it in, and we've actually got some prizes this year. So thank you to the Dunedin community. Actually, they've been the Dunedin community get behind us a lot.
Actually, I'd like to shout out thanks to Starbucks, and Life Pharmacy, Golden Lace Chocolate, EB Games, Surf and Slice, Robin Roy, Jackson Yetis, and House of Proud. They've generously donated some really fantastic gifts for us to
great Dunedin
raffle away.
institutions amongst those.
Yeah,
Definitely. Everyone, a lot of people within the community have always helped us, and it's the same this year. Some of the prizes that we might be having would be mugs, gift baskets, vouchers, trilogies, apart from that, just a lot of things.
A little bit here, spot prizes for the kids as well. So
we've got more coming as well.
So without giving too much away.
So
that's just a start.
So it's a free event, and it's an all ages event.
Yeah.
Great. I just want to ask you guys a little bit about your motivations here. I mean, student life, it's busy enough. I imagine you're all immersed in your studies. You could choose not to be doing this because it does take a little bit of time. What is your motivation? This might be a different answer from each of you, but what's your motivation for getting involved in the association?
Well, for me, it's about getting to know more about a country and a culture, which I don't know too much about. I've been in New Zealand most of my life, and it's good to know more about a country and culture, which I haven't really gotten the chance to learn about before in the past. So that's the main motivation for me.
Yeah, it's kind of similar, because, you identify with it. It's like, oh, where are you from? And oh, Sri Lanka. And then it's like, oh, I don't actually know that much about Sri Lanka, because I've never actually lived there for that long. So then it's quite nice to get back, in touch with your roots and, find a little bit more about where you came from. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy our events. You come together as a group of, tight friends. You put on a great event, and you see the smiles on people's faces, and it's actually addictive. So it's something that has a great reward at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People, coming together and actually putting something on and seeing it evolve in front of your eyes, and seeing such great values behind that. And
this is a very general question, so forgive me for it. But do you think it's within the general kind of Sri Lankan psyche to want to get involved in colourful celebratory events? Is it something that you would expect in your hometowns, and for example?
I guess so. Yeah, our hometowns. I've only actually lived in Sri Lanka for a year, but from what I see from communities within Auckland and Wellington and Christchurch, they quite like putting on big events and getting the whole community involved and just celebrating, together. It's just...
So we're